This is a stimulus and Social Security update. Got some important updates to share with you. A new bill has been introduced paying up to $1,500 to certain Americans. And Social Security, is it going to be cut or not? They'll give you the latest details on that. A national sales tax of 30% could replace the IRS, meaning no more IRS at all. I'll give you the latest on that and some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a terrific Thursday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel for more daily, straight-to-the-point updates on matters that financially matter to you. Should you be worried about Social Security cuts? 37% of Americans are. So as the debt ceiling has passed, we're past the, maxed out the credit card in America, basically, the Social Security and Medicare programs could be potentially cut as part of the negotiations to help solve this debt ceiling issue. So I'm curious, if you are on Social Security, are you worried about Social Security being cut? We haven't heard any definite details yet, just that it could potentially get cut and how Republicans are not being shy about it anymore. They're actually being more upfront about cutting the program. So Social Security might have to reduce benefits once its trust funds run out of money. Lawmakers might manage to prevent that from happening, but you can't assume cuts won't happen. It's best to take steps to be ultra lenient on Social Security in the first place. So benefits could get slashed in the not so distant future, but that's not guaranteed to happen. So yeah, basically there was a survey in Transamerica. 37% of respondents cited a reduction of Social Security payments as a major retirement fear. But are their concerns spot on or overblown? So yeah, let me know. Are you concerned about your Social Security benefits being cut? Is it going to happen? Really, it all depends on what the Democrats and Republicans decide on this debt ceiling. If it was up to the Republicans and if they were in control, there probably would be Social Security cuts. There might be minimal cuts. It might be a push and pull type of thing between the Democrats. But at this point, we just don't have any details. So I don't want to speculate on things that could or could not happen and give you any wrong information. I just like to report on the facts. Speaking of other facts, economic relief payments for New Mexicans introduced in legislature. So this is a new proposal given by the governor of New Mexico. Basically, this bill would provide $1 billion in economic relief to New Mexico in the form of $750 stimulus checks for single taxpayers and $1,500 for those who file jointly. So what's said here is, as prices remain high across the country, we can and we should take action to help more New Mexicans afford the things they need right now. So basically, it is not approved yet, but it is in the legislature, and if it is passed, then New Mexicans will get $750 to $1,500. Moving on to the fair tax. Fair tax, the GOP plan for a 30% national sales tax. So basically, what's going on here? If you haven't heard of it, here it is all explained. So the fair tax, at its heart, is simple enough. It would take almost every federal tax and replace them with a fat 30% sales tax on everything. Virtually every American would get a monthly check from the government to cover the cost of paying the tax on essentials. So yeah, this is the fair tax, gaining a little bit of popularity among the GOP, although not are all for it. Kevin McCarthy, new Speaker of the House and leader of the Republicans in the House, not for it as well. McCarthy shoots down national sales tax bill as GOP members balk. So House Speaker Kevin McCarthy told reporters that he opposes legislation to abolish the IRS and replace federal taxes with a 30% tax. The move effectively kills the legislation, which was part of the deal McCarthy made with hardliners in his conference to secure the speakership this month. So this was probably one of the many back-end deals in order for Kevin McCarthy to become Speaker of the House. Remember, it took 15 votes to get it. He probably had to make a few promises. One of them was probably this, the fair tax, 30% tax. And him knocking it down could mean other behind closed door consequences for Kevin McCarthy. I'm sure this won't go unnoticed. What's saying here is any legislative proposal by any member would have to go through committee in regular order, have hearings, be marked up, and subject to amendment. So yeah, looks like Kevin McCarthy has shot this down, although not all GOP are for this. Some are, but take a look from the Democrat perspective what they think about this.
Let's go to this letter because I have to say I've never seen anything like it. I mean, here's a proposal in the House of Representatives, hasn't come to a vote yet there, but they are supporting the idea of eliminating the income tax and then replacing it with this national sales tax. They apparently don't know that most Americans pay more in Social Security taxes than they pay in income taxes. Income taxes aren't the burden that they seem to think it is. But you're saying, listen, I want floor time. I want to reserve it right now because I want to be out there, presumably fighting this every minute that it's on the floor of the United States Senate. What is your argument against it?
Montana does not have a sales tax. This is a really bad idea to put a 30% tax on everything that's sold. It hurts working families across our country and in Montana. And for those very reasons, since it's bad policy, I think it's incumbent upon myself to be able to go to the floor and object to this. And I will tell you, this isn't a silent filibuster. I will talk till the end of time because this is really, really bad policy in a time where we're fighting high health care costs and high housing costs and child care costs. Now we've got Republicans in the House that want to put a 30% sales tax on everything we buy. That's totally ridiculous. It's bad policy, and I'm going to fight to stop bad policy.
How would it work in Montana and throughout the country? What this tax would be, and how do they believe that this then eliminates the IRS?
Well, I think the whole idea is that they want to put this in place of income tax, but the truth is what happens is that it raises costs for every person across this country and in Montana by 30%. I mean, that's huge. And like I said, Montanans don't particularly like sales tax. We have a few areas of the state where they have a tax on tourists. It's a sales tax, but the truth is we do not want a sales tax in Montana, and we do not want the federal government telling us, oh no, you have no say over this. We're going to drive one down your throat. Because it'll increase costs. It'll hurt business. It'll really hurt working families across our state. And I'll tell you, that's not the right thing to do. And I think, quite frankly, it's a silly doggone idea. And like I said, over my dead body, we'll fight every day until this thing goes down to defeat.
And it would actually raise taxes on most taxpayers. It's only the rich that would end up paying anything significantly less than what they pay now in income taxes. The Republicans want to couple this with massive spending cuts in order to, as they say, basically eliminate the deficit. The spending cuts that you have to go to do what they are talking about doing are Social Security and Medicare.
Yeah, I mean, look, it should come no surprise that the Republicans are going to put forth a proposal that gives the rich tax breaks and puts the tax burden on the middle class. That happens over and over and over again. But in the end, I will just tell you, Lawrence, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for America. It won't build America. It won't keep America the strongest country in the world. What it will do, it will tear us down. It'll make the discrepancy between the richest and the poorest even greater. And that's not the direction we need to go. We need to have equity in this country where the taxes are equitable. Everybody pays their fair share, and we work to pay this debt down over that process.
So what are your thoughts? Get rid of the IRS, replace it with a 30% sales tax for everything and everybody. Good idea, bad idea? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you something that you should really do. Like if you make a mistake, learn by experience and make mistakes. And I see you in the next video. Hi guys. Monster I breathe in. Don't say that. Hi guys. I wish them breathe and breathe. I wish. I could. Bye.
thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all of your support. So I think in yesterday's video, the audio got cut off at the end, but what I was going to say is got some good news from the doctor. Everything is looking good with my ankle. He said I could probably start playing pickleball lightly next week, which is amazing. So really happy about that. I'm starting to put a little more pressure on it, walk a little more. So yeah, I'm becoming like a walking person again, which is amazing. Anyways, if you want to check out my latest videos on my other channels, you can click right up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.